Hello everyone. So I was called today to talk about what I've been through with my loss of my mom, and my guides told me that I need to talk about that and that I'm gonna help other people with telling my truth, so I hope I will. As you can see, I'm nervous talking like this, so I hope I'm not gonna be having too many pauses, but hope you understand if I do. Um, yeah, 7 months ago or 8 now, I lost my mom. It was totally suddenly. I got a phone call and just heard everything in one sentence, that she's in a coma and that she's gonna be plugged off of the I don't know what that's called anyways. She's gonna be plugged off of life support in like 1 day, and that was really very hard for me, as you can think. And if you're here, you probably went through something similar, so you probably understand how that feels. Yeah, and since then, the first month or two was really hard. I felt like my soul was like out of my body. I was like just like a walking dead body. I don't know, that's how I felt, like I was totally dislocated. Like I wasn't myself. I was walking around like what are they called, a zombie. Yeah, it just felt like there was no life in me. I just couldn't understand what happened. Like my brain just didn't wanna perceive it, because it was just so sudden and she was still young. She was just 65, and I just couldn't believe that it even happened, especially because I haven't seen her for 5 years physically. So yeah, I'm in Canada, she was in Croatia, so it was hard to see each other because it's such a big distance. So yeah, I just couldn't believe. My brain still doesn't want to perceive it till this day. And yeah, I was just walking around like a dead body, crying whenever I could. Otherwise, I was just trying to suppress it just so I don't feel too much. Because, as you know, as an empath, you feel everything like 10 times stronger. So that's how it was for me too. Yeah, I just still can't stop crying. And yeah, the emotions were just too strong, and my body was just trying to push it back, just because it was just too painful. So that's how I was going for months, all up to like few weeks ago. But yeah, it was just so hard for my brain to just wrap my head around that it really happened. And yeah, I think that it's really hard for us who are really sensitive and emotional to go through something like that, because it's really too hard physically and emotionally to even like understand and to know what to do, because your emotions are so strong and so much stronger than a usual person. You just don't know what to do, how to cope with that. So you just push it all back and you think it's gonna go away, but of course it doesn't. It's like a festering wound that never stops. It's just getting worse and worse and worse by the minute, by the day. the more you think that you're dealing with it, the more you're not. And that's how it was for me for a while. Like, I was just so like pushing it away that even when someone told me like my condolences, I was just brushing it off because I just didn't want to even think about it. Like, even 1 second of thinking about it means that I'm gonna cry. I felt like I was gonna fall apart. Sorry, I knew that this was gonna happen. I knew eventually that I'm gonna have to deal with it, but yeah, it was really hard. Sometimes I would just walk outside and felt like my heart is gonna just burst, like something was squeezing it, and like I can't breathe. It just felt like my heart is gonna blow up like a bomb. Whenever I was reminded of what happened, it was just so painful. Like you can't even breathe. I would just have to start thinking about something else, just not to think about that. And yeah, I was going on like that for like 6-7 months since February, and now a few weeks ago I finally had the strength to go and see a counselor, and it was like an hour I was talking to him, and it really helped a lot because I was able to tell him all the things that I wasn't even aware of. Like, some of them I was consciously, some not, some were subconscious. I just needed someone to talk to just say what was deep inside of me, because it was just so hard and I didn't want to deal with it. But at one point you just have to, otherwise it's just gonna get worse. Like anything else, like any kind of pain or trauma that you just keep inside, it just has to come out, otherwise it's gonna affect your life in the long run. So yeah, what I want to tell you is that you need to ask for help. You need to talk to someone who's professional, that knows what they're doing. You need to be vulnerable, because all of those emotions, they have to get out somewhere, and you don't want them to get out in some kind of a disease or something, or just ruin your life in some other way, relationship wise or any other way. Yeah, if it's emotions, you have to deal with it emotionally, so crying and that kind of stuff really helps. First of all, give yourself time. You just have to, because it takes time for everything, especially for something like that. It's a big trauma or shock. The closer you are to the person, the more you feel for them, and the harder it is. So yeah, just give yourself time, talk to someone whenever you're ready, and yeah, just keep on going until you see that you don't need anymore. There are all kinds of things out there these days. There's grief counseling. That's what I'm gonna go for now. This was just my first time now that I went to someone, but yeah, it really helped me a lot. And I see that now, because I feel I can talk to her. It just helps me to talk to her now, because before I was just scared to open up because of my emotions, because I knew that it was gonna be too strong. But now I'm not so scared anymore. So yeah, I hope that this helps, and hope you can comment if you have something to say, if it helps you, and hope to see you in another video. Bye.